In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to love and affirm your teenager. Here's the truth. God created each and every one of us with a need to be loved. He created us with a desire to connect, to not be lone rangers, disconnected and alone. And did you know that the word love is found in the Bible over 500 times? So love's important to God and it needs to be important to us. Here's the first tip. Your teenager needs to know that they are loved by you as their parents. You know, your teenager is at that key time in their development where they're starting to wrestle with who they are and who they're going to be in the society and what value do they bring to the world around them. So they need to know that they are loved. And here's the truth. If they don't feel love from mom and dad, then they're going to seek that love and attention and affirmation from someone or somewhere else. So maybe as a parent, you're saying, I want to love my teenager. I'm just not really sure how. Well, here's the second tip I want you to keep in mind. Speak love to your teenager with your words. That's a great place to start. Words are powerful, right? I mean, we all probably have examples of people and times in our lives where people have said very nice things to us that made us feel good and more self-confident. And unfortunately, times that people have said some pretty mean things to us that have torn us down and made us question who we are. So it's really important for your teenager to know that they're loved and affirmed by you from simply the words that you speak to them. Saying things like, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're smart, I'm proud of you, I love who you're becoming. Those kinds of statements can be so key for your teenager to feel that love through the words that you speak to them. The third tip is showing love through your actions. Now, this one oftentimes can be spoken best by just the time that you give to your teenager. You know, by your actions that you say, you know what, nothing else in my life or the other responsibilities I have do not take precedence over the time I need to spend with you. Your teenager needs to feel like your time is given to them, that you aren't too busy or not as concerned about them because you're giving all your time somewhere else. They need your time. That's a great way to show your love for your teenagers, just in the time, quality time that you spend. To do activities together, to just sit and talk, to take them to dinner or to ice cream, something that you do together that shows that you are showing love through the time that you give to spend with them. And of course, another great way to show love is in affection. And I know with teenagers that can be hard. Find the form of affection that your teenager's comfortable with. But it's important to show affection, even if they seem to bristle at it at times. Here's the last tip. Make sure to celebrate the unique qualities of your teenager. You know, like I said, they're at this very difficult time in their development where they are really figuring out who they are, what they want to be about, what their interests are, what they're good at. And it's important as parents that you show that love and affirmation by praising them for their unique qualities that are different than any other kid living in your home, that are even different from you as the parent, but that you can identify those unique things about them, about their personality, about their strengths, about their gifts in different areas, whether it's music or sports or acting, that you take time to pinpoint those unique things. I mean, look at what care and concern God took in creating us. Look what it says in the book of Psalms. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous, how well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you are still with me. To me, that passage is so amazing how God knows all of the intricacies of each and every one of us. And as parents, we know a lot of those same unique intricacies of each of our kids. You know, to even talk about the story of their birth and the things that they did at whatever age as they developed from a baby on up, that they're unique, that they're different. And it's important for you to pay attention to those differences and to talk to your teenager about those very unique things about them. They need to know that you know them and that you love them in that kind of intimate way, much like how God speaks about how he took that amazing time to create each and every one of us, and that he knows all of the days that when he thinks of us with love and that we're precious to Him. And our teenagers need to know that we love them that way, that they are precious to us, and that we care about knowing them as their individual, unique self. And just one last point to that, because this is difficult if you have more than one child living in your home, to make sure that as you celebrate those unique qualities, that you don't do the comparison game with the siblings, because that can just bring a whole lot of turmoil and confusion. That a great way to kind of avoid that comparison deal from happening is to just make sure that each of your kids understand that they're unique, that they're different. They can't be compared because they're different. Just make sure that your teenager knows that they are loved and that you affirm who they're becoming as a person.